Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be talking about how I bought these coins in my hand. It's 16 graded Morgan dollars, mint state and 65 up, and why I bought them for the price of basically a raw, maybe XF Morgan, and all of them are mint state 65 or better. I think there's one or two mint state 64, but the real catch is that these are PCI graded coins. So today we're going to be going through the history of different types of coin grading services. I always talk about PCGS, NGC. You can see the boxes in back of me being the top two, followed by ANAX and ICG. But then things really drop off. But anyways, these were in a collection recently, and I'm going to crack some of these out, send them in to get graded, but I also want to show you and kind of serve as a warning that these are not coins that you should be buying at mint state 65 and up prices or even close to it. We're going to take a close look at each one of these coins, make some observations, but all I can say is that this video hopefully is a warning so that you can proceed with caution, but it'll also be interesting because we're going to be cracking out some of these coins from these slabs, sending them off to get graded, and see what happens. And here these coins are, and I want to basically warn you of a huge scam. Right after I filmed that introduction, I looked online, and essentially PCI has had tons of different ownership, but they're quite famous because they actually would sell coins that were, graded mint state 66 or mint state 65 of rare dates, when in reality the coins were maybe mint state 63 or even cleaned. There's one man who paid $15,600, and he was just kind of buying coins over the phone, didn't really know too much about them, and when he turned around, got them graded by PCGS in the estate, the value was just a little bit over $2,000. There's also another case where I think it was like the federal government went after some people who had purchased these. They went after PCI because the value was like 20 or 25% of what the people paid the PCI graders, and that number was like $800,000. So there was just some massive charges filed against this coin grading company. So not only, I was warning you a little bit in the beginning, but this is probably a major, avoid button. Treat these coins as if they're not in a holder. It does not matter what's on the top of it. And we're going to be exploring that today because here are the coins. I actually miscounted. I had 15 coins, but look at this coin, mint state 65. That coin looks pretty terrible. If it's not cleaned, there's no cartwheel effect to it. It looks totally washed up, and just something is definitely off. Maybe it got dipped a ton of times, but that is a very, very ugly coin and certainly not deserving of mint state 65. We have this coin, mint state 66, according to them. Deep hit in the neck there. And it has some luster. I'm going to still be submitting a few of these just for your entertainment, basically. But these coins are not close to the grades that are on the holders, and that's really why I made the video, but I started making it not being aware of the full extent. In my opinion, I have a stack here of NGC coins. Are these gorgeous coins? Not really. They're good-looking coins. They're not like mint state 65 or anything, but most of them have cleaner faces, and these are mint state 63. NGC and PCGS are really the coin grading companies to trust. ICG and ANAX, you're allowed to sell those coins on eBay in the holders, but something like this, you're actually not allowed to even put them on eBay with the description of the grade in it, just because it's used to mislead so many people. But I'm going to be taking you through a detailed look at these, at all of these PCI coins. Just going to get my holder in place here, but I think that there's just a very clear contrast between these and what they should actually be grading at. When you compare these side by side, I feel like they're pretty similar. Maybe that has a few more hits, and maybe some of these would be a 64, but generally, in other people's experience, they're like 2 to more like 3 points overgraded. And this, remember, it looks all nice and official, but this coin is graded mint state 66. Most of these coins I bought are mint state 65. Look at that coin. So that just it's either a really low mint state or, this is just not, these are not good coins, and they were likely sold for massive numbers to the people who bought them. There's no way that this coin is a mint state 65. It looks, it looks dull. It looks, let's check out the back. Not ton of super obvious wear, but yeah, that's just a really not very attractive coin. So I'm going to try to pick the best like 3 or 4 of these and send them in for grading. That coin looks decent, but there's a big scratch all through the face. That would immediately take it down from a 65. At least, that's my best estimation. None of the 63 coins that I have that bad of a scratch. Here, this coin, it has a nice surface, but there's, it's really, these coins look kind of funny. They don't look great. Maybe I'll send this one in, but I'm not even that excited about it. And these should be mint state 66. This one, a little bit of a hit in the neck there. I could try sending that in, but is this going to come back a 66? I would be totally shocked. So I think, I'm just going to show you a few more of these, and then we'll contrast them with the mint state 63s across the way. These are decent coins, but a lot of them also just look funny, like they may have been either cleaned or just tampered with in some way. But all of these are being, marketed. They were marketed probably to people who didn't know very much about coins and thought that they were purchasing a bunch of mint state 65 Morgan dollars. I'm not totally sure based off of the certification when this coin would have been made, but they, they're essentially used as tools to scam people in the past. And maybe somebody could come in and take ownership of the company and do better, but it's really just an avoid at this point. You can always look at the underlying coin, but it would almost be worth cracking it out of the plastic, so that you're not, that coin, I'm not saying that it's, circulated, but, it still has a lot of luster on it, but that's just a very unattractive coin by my estimation. And, look at this versus, let me just pick a random, which coin do you like better here? I mean, maybe the one on the right, but I feel like there's not much of a major difference. This one might even be a little bit more lustrous. That's certainly the initial impression I get. Let's see another one. There's some markings on it, but the coin just looks more original and crusty on the left, in my opinion. So, maybe this is me just ranting, but now I'm going to go through the pile of PCI coinage and identify my 4 favorites, and I'm going to take them out of the holder and get ready to submit them, and then come back to you. So I'll just be a moment. And here is going to be my lineup. So we're going to be submitting this 1885. It doesn't seem like there's tons of problems with this coin. And you know what? Maybe some of these will come back mint state 65. I just, that's not what I would predict to have happen based off of the reputation that I immediately saw, as well as just looking at a few of the coins in the holders and saying, wow, there's no way that this is going to be a 65. These have all been appraised as mint state 66, the last 3 that I'm going to submit. This coin, you could say that's pretty clean. There's not tons of stuff going on the face of the coin. A little hit in the neck there. Let's check out the back. There's some, some scratching right there to the left of the wing, but we'll see how that does, and I'm going to take these out of the holder in a moment. Here, there's something going on in the field there that's not super attractive. Hopefully, maybe this could be a 64. You never know. Maybe it'll be 65. I'm not the best at grading stuff. Part of me is like a little nervous that I've talked all this smack against this company. I mean, the fact is that all of this stuff happened, and that generally they are graded 3 points high. And then we have this. There's a scratch kind of in the field, but I felt like these were really the 4 nicest of this batch. The back of the coin doesn't look beautiful. But anyways, I'm going to pop these out of the holders, show them off one more time, and then kind of do a transition when the coins come back. And I'm just going to walk you through the coins quickly out of the film. So we have the 1879S right here. Then we have the 1880. You know, these coins look nice. Maybe I was being too harsh on them, but I feel like 63s, maybe 64s is about right. I don't think any of them will come back cleaned. I feel like I had a question about one of them, but maybe, 65 would be great. I don't think that these are 65s though. But yeah, you can see in the back there are the grades. You have to watch out. I cut my hand right there, and then I think right there. About 2 nights ago as I was cracking some of these out. But anyways, I'm going to submit these, and I'll be right back with the grades. And here we go. I've got the coins right in front of me, and I'm going to go left to right. But I'm happy because I was basically, I feel like I was proven right. And you'll see why that is in a moment, because I feel like I did choose some decent coins out of here, but they were significantly lower when PCGS evaluated them compared to what the PCI stated grades are, and the values are massive differences in terms of if this was a PCGS Mint State 66 coin. I predicted that. I think a lot of these in my commentary looking back now a month and a half ago, I said were maybe in the 64 or possibly 63 range, and that's going to be correct on this one, Mint State 64. I mean, a nice coin, definitely, and I think I'll have done pretty well on the price that I paid for them, but really nowhere near the Mint State 66, and that is a true scam to say that these are 66 coins. Likewise, over here, you can tell me what you think, but this is going to come back a 64 as well, 2 points below the grade that they gave. And then right here on this 66 coin, this large hit, I said that was distracting, and that actually probably brought it down 3 points to a Mint State 63. So here I didn't do quite as well with the coin. Just in wrapping up these discussions, this 1885 was the best graded coin, was the most fair graded coin by them. It came back a Mint State 64. I would have thought that this might have been a 63. I feel like there is a lot going on in the field, but it was evaluated in a favorable manner for me. So I certainly can't complain too much about that. But that's what we've got there, an average of 2 points overgraded, which in the higher Mint State range can really be deceptive for people. So I'm excited to have been able to bring that coverage to you and have not totally botched my own evaluations of the coins. Obviously, the ones in the back, are they all, XF horrible coins? No, but I think that it's a stretch to say that they're Mint State 65, and it really does matter when you're selling to newer collectors. You can make a huge premium by selling. If I could sell Mint State 63 coins all day to collectors and call them Mint State 65, or the same with 64 and 66, it would be really hard to lose money doing that. So that pretty much concludes this video. Watch out for PCI. There can be some individually good coins in them. Maybe there's some VAMs that I've missed here that are could be quite valuable in a Mint State 63 or something like that, something real rare. But very much proceed with caution, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. I've got another video reviewing the PCGS grading company. Let me pull one of their slabs over here, even more obscure. And we did a submission crack out there, and that went, well, as you can expect it to have gone. But go check that video out, or wait for it in the coming weeks, and I'll see you on that one, as well as a lot of my other videos. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel, and connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I also have a website, treasuretownYT.com, where you should go so that you can learn more about coins, as well as what's happening on the channel, and possibly find a place to sell your coins and collectibles. I also want to talk about some of my other projects like coinmeltprice.com, which shows precious metals prices as well as the melt values of coins containing those precious metals, both US and world. I also have coinsmetalscards.com, which will develop into a full marketplace, as well as a news source for coins, metals, cards, as the name might suggest. And then treasuretowncoins.com, which long-term will be my coin dealing entity separate from the channel. And lastly, whatsthegrade.com, which will be a stickering service for already certified collectibles where you can get a approval or verification of the grade on the holder. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos.